Hey, how's it going, everyone? I kind of made some changes around here. I have the shirt on that I used to wear for my beer reviews. I'm not really doing beer reviews per se. I'm having a beer that I've never had, and I'll tell you if I like it or not, but that's about the extent of the beer review. The other thing is I'm going to be looking at comic books. I've always been a collector since I was about 4 years old, collecting comics, collecting other things off and on, beer cans. A lot of you who've watched my beer reviews know that I have a pretty good beer can collection here. I'm not adding to that. I'm not collecting beer cans right now. But I kind of got back into collecting comic books. Time out. Is this fucking thing going to give me shit? Alright, sorry about that. My camera went dark and I thought it stopped recording, but I went back and watched it and it was still recording even though it was dark. And I didn't want to sit here and go on and then find out later that it hadn't recorded. I was saying about the comic books. I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube, people looking at their comics, showing their comics, going to conventions, and looking at other people's comics and buying comics. I don't get out of the house that much, to go to conventions and things. I do go to flea markets occasionally. I do buy comics on eBay, and when I get comics coming in, I figure each time I get a few, I'll make a new video and get a different beer and, show the beer and the comic books at the same time. Also, I want to get into reading materials that I've been reading. I went to HamiltonBooks.com. A friend of mine kind of turned me on to them. And they got these things here called Marvel Masterworks and some other things. This great big thick World's Finest Comics. I bought that. I read that. I read the Howard the Ducks. I had never read a Howard the Duck comic in my life, but I bought 2 of them, 2 different volumes. And they were good. They were amusing, the Spider-Man one, it has Amazing Fantasy, and then it has all these other comics reprinted in the book. That was a fun one. I read this one, this Fantastic Four. It covers issues 21 through 30. And I read this Hulk. This is all in the past 4 or 5 months. That was a good one. The Epic Collection. I read this Thor. See what the insides look like. It's basically the reprinted comic books. They're easy to read. They're fun. They help me relax a little bit. This Incredible Hulk, I read that one. Justice League, I read that one. I'm more of a Marvel collector. I'm not currently adding any DC comics. I have a lot of them, but I'm more of a Marvel guy. Iron Man has always been my favorite. I've always had this thing up on the wall here when I did my beer reviews, and that's why I brought this one down. That's the comic that's on that thing hanging on the wall behind me. Sorry if I'm kind of all over the place here. I'm not really an organized person. When I came down to make this video, I had to find my camera. I didn't know where it was. I had to find my tripod. I didn't know where that was. I had to search for this shirt, even though I have a bunch of them. It took me a while to find one. It's just the way it goes. Some thoughts on this one here, World's Finest. That was a thick one. It took a while to read that one. See what it looks like. What I noticed about these are Silver Age books, and they're a little bit different, back then. It seemed like every villain had access to some form of kryptonite to weaken Superman. I mean, otherwise, how could you fight Superman anyway, right? It's like kryptonite was available at every corner drugstore. It seemed that way. I'm currently reading this one, another Fantastic Four. This is volume, this covers issues 11 through 20, including the first time the Hulk meets the Fantastic Four. And those are the comics that are in the book. The next one I'm going to read, I have this gigantic thing here. It's like 900 pages. It has all these comic books in the book. X-Men. I'm looking forward to that one. You can probably get all these at Hamilton Books. They're not cheap, but they're not super expensive either. You can find decent deals on those. Let's get into the beer. And I changed the name from Bucks County Beer Review to Bucks Comic and Beer Review. Okay? Remember this guy? He says hello. All right. Keystone Light Apple. It's 4.1% alcohol. It's brewed by Coors in Golden, Colorado. Let's get it out of the can. Shaklook. Got a Paris Beer Company glass. Picking up a little hint of apple, maybe. Okay. And I had mentioned, of course, that Iron Man is my favorite. I have a complete run of Iron Man from the first series, and with many doubles and triples and quadruples. And I'm going to look at a few of my other comic books here. Some of the other things that I like. But first we're going to try this. Cheers. Not bad. A little sweet. I didn't want to buy a 12-pack of this. I didn't. But I went to my beer store. They were giving away free samples of this. So I got one free can. I like the can. Very nice looking. I guess I'll save it. That's not bad at all. It's smooth. It's sweet. A hint of apple. Goes down easy. Let's see. Comic books. I wanted to mention that I like the Marvel Comics. And my favorite era of the Marvel Comics is just when they were 20 cents. So I brought down some 20 centers here to show you. I just like the way the colors, the art, the colors, the fonts, everything. It's very eye appealing. And those are some of my favorites. This is Spider-Man and the Human Torch Marvel Team Up number 3, where they're facing off against Morbius, the Living Vampire. Here's a Spider-Man and the Vision number 5, another 20 center. Here's Marvel 2-in-1 number 1, The Thing and Man-Thing. That's another team up where the Thing usually is in there with another superhero or supervillain sometimes. But I like that one. I brought down some of my Iron Mans, my early Iron Mans to show you. A little bit out of order here. Let me get them in order. Oh, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I brought down the first 10 Iron Mans. And I brought down... before Iron Man series started, they had a one-shot called Iron Man and Submariner. I guess I'll show that one first. And the story from this one continues into Iron Man number 1 and Submariner number 1. And I only have 2 graded comic books. This is one of them. I bought these recently. I spent a lot of money for them. I won't mention how much, you know. I don't buy these comics for investments. I buy them because I want them to have them because they make me happy. I like looking at them. I like reading them. Of course, the graded ones you can't read, but it's nice to have. 9.0. This one is from April of 1968, and it's a beautiful copy. Of course, they go up to, well, they go up to 10, but most of the time your best comic books will be about 9.8. It's hard to find a comic book that has no minor imperfections. And then we go to Iron Man #1. This one is not a near mint. It's got great colors. The spine is really nice. A couple very minor little breaks there. And on the outer edge here, it's got a little place where somebody was a little bit rough with it. I would say it's probably a very fine or a very fine minus. I'm not a great comic book grader, but it's a beautiful copy. I bought that years ago at a comic book convention, one that I did go to. And I'm glad to have it. Here's Iron Man #2. I actually wrote on the back card that I bought it in October 26, 1990 for $80. I guess that was a good buy. It doesn't matter. It's beautiful. It's probably in better, well, it's not in better shape than the one because it has more stress lines on the spine, but the rest of the comic book looks really good. Here's Iron Man #3. And I wanted to mention something about this one. It has something about it that I don't like much. When the spine is rolled a little bit and you see where it says 12 cents is kind of wrapped around the side of the comic. I try not to buy those. You know, if it's the only one available and it's something I want, that I will. But if I had a choice between that and one that's not like that, I would take the one that's not. Iron Man #4. Unconquered is the Unicorn. Iron Man #5. These are all in really good shape. Iron Man #6. Vengeance Cries the Crusher. This is a cover that I really like. Iron Man where's #7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. 7. Another one that's in really good shape. Cry Gladiator. #8. All right, sorry about that. My battery died on me. They haven't got much use lately, and I guess they need to be cycled a few times. I think it was up to Iron Man #8. Iron Man #9. There lives a green Goliath, but I've read that story before, and it is not the real Hulk. Spoiler alert. I guess I should have said that. It's a robot that looks like the Hulk. And #10. Once more, the Mandarin. Or is it the Mandarin? Mandarin or Mandarin? I'm not sure. All right. There. A few others. The Hulk, I would say, is probably my second favorite superhero. Unfortunately, in years past, I did sell some of my comic books, and I had a lot of nice ones. I did have a Hulk 181, which was the first appearance of Wolverine. It was in decent shape. I think I sold it for a few $100s, which was a huge mistake, because that one has gone through the roof. It's worth thousands of dollars now. I no longer have it. But I do have this very nice Hulk 105. Another beautiful 12-cent comic book in really, really nice shape. This Monster Unleashed. I probably never sold it because I really love that cover. All right. I'm glad I still have it. Some more 20-cent comics that I brought down as examples of ones that I really like. Here's another Hulk #146. Beautiful artwork. Excuse me. Cheers again. Invincible Iron Man #45. I think what drew me to Iron Man when I was a kid, because this was probably, like when I was a kid, this was probably one of the ones I might have had then, is this font with the Iron Man, with the rivets in the lettering and the colors. just attracted me to it. And back then, I'm sure I bought them for the artwork. I used to look at them and not read them, but nowadays I like to read them. Here's Iron Man number 64. Another beautiful comic book. Iron Man 55. This is the first appearance of Thanos and Drax the Destroyer, and maybe one other character I can't think of right now. This is a valuable one. This one is not in near mint. It's probably a fine at best. It's got some stress lines and a little bit of fading. But overall, a nice looking book. And one of the few major key issues from Iron Man. I do want to get one of them graded and slabbed, but I have to save my money for that. It's going to be expensive. Here's a Fantastic Four, number 145. Another 20 center. Here's a 20-cent Thor, number 208. Beautiful colors on that one. Marvel Superheroes featuring the Hulk and Submariner, number 32. These are reprints of old comic books, but I mean, they're freaking beautiful, and I buy them every chance I get if I see them for a reasonable price, just because I like to look at them. Here's another 20 center, a Jungle Action number 1. Very nice. And here's Jungle Action number 2. Captain Marvel has some nice 20-cent books. I brought down a couple of them here to show you. Here's number 22. Just look at the colors on that, the artwork. And here's Captain Marvel 25. I brought this one down because I have another graded comic book coming that I bought on eBay that I haven't received yet. It's a Fantastic Four. I can't think of the number right offhand, but this is a reprint of the comic book that I have coming that's graded. I just happened to notice this in my collection before I came down here as I was looking through. It has the Galactus on the side and the Silver Surfer. And I'm not sure who this green guy is, but it's a beautiful cover. The one I have will say Fantastic Four across here, not Marvel's Greatest Comics. I can't wait to get that. And this one is the most expensive comic book that I've ever purchased. I purchased it not that long ago off of eBay. It's Tales to Astonish number 93, graded at a 9.0. It's from July of 1967, when I was about 4 or 5 months old. I absolutely love that cover. It was kind of an impulse buy. I looked at it online and I thought about it for a day or maybe a day, and I said, I just have to have it. The Hulk, you got the Silver Surfer flying through the sky, and the Hulk leaps up and is about to pull him off of that surfboard. I haven't had the privilege of reading this book yet because it's graded and I don't have another copy of it. But eventually I'll get a reader's copy of it and read it. But beautiful. All right. A few other things I like to collect are the funny comics, such as this. I buy them at flea markets. This is from October of 1962. Whenever I see these in somebody's box for $5 or less, or, you know, depending what it is, I grab them up. Here's a Beetle Bailey. I got this at a flea market not long ago. It was October, November 1960. I think I paid like $5 for it. It's a 10-cent comic book. Here's a Looney Tunes 10-cent comic book. I've had that one for a long time. It's from November of 1956. It's not in great shape. It's got a big crease down the middle, but overall it still has good eye appeal. I like that one. And the last one I'm going to show you today is a Gene Autry Comics 10-center. I just picked this one up recently. It's from July of 1953, number 77. And that's going to do it for the comic book show today. I don't know how often I'm going to make a video. When I get things in from eBay or I pick up something new, I'll show you that. And I want to eventually work my way through a lot of the Iron Mans that I have and other good comic books that I have. As far as this beer goes, it's easy going. It's a little bit tangy, light and refreshing. It doesn't really taste like beer. I'm not going to buy it. I got this freebie, like I said. I'd give it a B. It's pretty good. I like my beer to taste more like beer. Excuse me. So on that note, we're going to sign off. And we're going to say, everybody have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.